Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Eva. It has been a hot minute since I've posted. I've just been so busy lately with school and life, but I'm back and I'm really excited to be filming this video. We're just kind of hanging out. We got the blanket. We're kind of just vibing today. I've been wanting to make this video since the beginning of the new year. Make it like my 2026 mindset, new year, new me. It's basically March now, and by the time I post this, it will definitely be at least March, maybe May or maybe June, who knows at that point. It's still my 2026 mindset, but it's a little late, so I can't really make it like a new year. So basically I filtered this down to 10 things I'm bringing into 2026. Obviously there's more than just 10 things that I'm trying to learn and work on, but these are just like things that stand out to me the most, and I wanted to share these ones with you. Some of them are inspired by others or something I heard someone else say, but most of them are my own words. Just don't expect anything like crazy mad philosophical. I just think they're like good to keep in mind. In today's video I'm gonna get kind of deep and kind of open up about my life, kind of talk about like why some of these things are my new mindset based off of past experiences. Kind of open up about that, which is not always my favorite thing to do because obviously like I'm putting this on the internet, but at the end of the day I am at peace with it because I know God put me on this earth to lead and help and inspire. I just feel that calling on my heart, so I have this platform that I enjoy putting things on. I feel like it's a great place. We can kind of grow and learn together, so I just think it's really cool. It's a very cozy Sunday afternoon. It's kind of raining outside, so I thought it was a perfect time to make a video. I was actually serving on the middle school worship team this morning and being a youth leader at middle school service, and that was really amazing. It was a great service. A little bit about me, like I serve in my church, obviously. I'm on our main worship team and our youth worship team, also our social media team. I want to start getting into some other like tech behind the scenes teams as well, so that will be really fun. I think that's enough yapping. Without further ado, I think we should get into it. First thing is what's embarrassing now will be funny later. Later is always different. Depending on the situation, depending on the person. Later could be a couple days and later could also be like 5 months. But I can't even tell you how many times I have done something so embarrassing. I'm like, how am I ever gonna get past this? How am I ever gonna move forward? But when I look back on those moments, I can laugh about them, like genuinely can laugh. And even with other people that were there, sometimes I can laugh with them about it too. And honestly, that's just, you have to kind of have a spirit of humility and not think so highly of yourself, because if you have a big ego, I don't think it's possible to laugh at yourself. I have just tried to humble myself in so many ways. I do stupid things all the time, and so like the best thing I can do is just laugh at myself and just laugh about it and like be lighthearted about it, because if I get too uptight about it, it's just no fun. Taking life too seriously is just not fun. Story time, a couple weeks ago I was serving at middle school on worship team. The rehearsal went great. I sang my song, it was all good, it was all fun and games, and then the real service happened and I forgot the lyrics. Like, poof. All the lyrics to the song, I could not find them to save my life. I was panicking. It was a whole thing. Finally, I had to literally like turn around because the screen has lyrics. I had to turn around and read them off of the screen. It was so embarrassing for me in the moment. And now I'm sitting here laughing about it because like at the end of the day, it is not that serious. Like nothing is really that serious. Obviously, some situations are more embarrassing than others, and that one is not like that bad. Still, basically what I'm taking into 2026 is just to not get so held up on things when I make mistakes or when I do something dumb or when I embarrass myself. Just remember that with each passing day, it will be less and less embarrassing, and it might take a little while, but all of a sudden I don't care about it anymore. I forgot to mention all of these things too are not things that I have like accomplished or figured out how to do. These are all things like I'm trying to work on in 2026. Like maybe a few of them you can take away and try to work on as well, because I think a lot of these are good. I'm not a master at any of these. I'm like literally just learning and growing and trying to do all of these. The second thing is trust what God's saying, even if he's not directly saying it. What I mean by this, I feel like I can only describe this with like another story time, so bear with me. About a month ago, I was gonna be enrolled in a like theater camp thing. I was gonna send in my registration paperwork. Something was just like holding me back, and I did not know why. I was like asking God, I was like, do you not want me to do this class? Because I still wanted to do the class, but yeah, I felt this reservation, so that it was like contradicting feelings. I felt like I was just not hearing his voice, and I eventually just had to realize that the feeling I was feeling, like hesitation I was having, was God telling me the answer. And I don't really know why yet, but sometimes we don't always know what God is doing in our lives, and we kind of just have to wait and find out. This next one is so good. If I could tell some of these to my freshman year me, like it would have been a whole different story. Also, some things we have to kind of live and learn, and I would not know any of these things or or feel so passionate about these things if I hadn't gone through my experiences that I did. The next one is who you surround yourself with is who you will become. Have you guys heard the expression, like, you're most like the top 5 people you hang out with or something like that? It is so true. I found personally that when I was spending time with people that were not focused on a relationship with Christ, I felt very like pulled away from that life. Just was not like feeling passionate about it. I didn't really know why. It wasn't until I left that atmosphere and surrounded myself with people that are on fire for Jesus that I realized what I was missing that whole time and why I was feeling that way. It is just so fulfilling to be around people that feel the same way about Jesus as I do. And I highly encourage you, if you're a Christian, to do the same, to surround yourself with people who are like-minded in that. And that's not to say you can't hang out with people that aren't believers, that aren't Christians. I still have so many friends that aren't believers. That's my opportunity to outreach to them. It's more to say just to not get consumed in only spending time with those people who are so much like who you spend your time with. I found myself acting like them, doing things like them, talking like them, and I wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying to conform or fit in or anything. You naturally become like who you are spending so much of your time around, and it's just, as humans, it's just how we are. Like, sometimes we even know it's happening and I didn't even know it was happening. I love the quote by Amy Chan. I believe that's how you say her name. If you want to know someone, just look at who they choose to spend their time with. And what's so interesting about that quote is it isn't look at who they spend their time with, but who they choose to spend their time with. When we go to school, we don't choose to spend our time with the people at our schools, but when you're outside of school, you get to choose, you get to make that choice. So important who you choose to be in your inner circle, because you will become so much like who you're surrounding yourself with. This next one is a really good one for me. I wish I had known this also. I wish I had known all these, but I am like very extroverted, I'm very outgoing, I talk a lot, I'm a yapper, guilty as charged. This next one is what's not said is just as important as what is. You don't want to overshare, you don't want to give too much info about your life or what you're going through, because not everybody is praying for your success. Some people are honestly imposters. A lot of people are listening so that they can know your faults and know your flaws and know your issues. Just trying to slow down, because when you talk fast, you don't know what will come out. Sometimes crazy things come out, and it's definitely happened to me where I say something, I'm like, oh, I should not have said that. Just trying to be mindful of the words I'm speaking and remembering that what I don't say is perfectly okay. The next one is apologize and move on, because you don't owe anyone anything, and that's something I struggle with. I'm very empathetic. I feel very deeply, and I think that's a good thing, but it can also be not so much of a good thing. If I feel as though I hurt someone, or if I know that I hurt someone, I feel so bad for like sometimes days on end. Even if I've apologized, even if they've forgiven me, I feel so bad. But I'm just trying to move past that, because I believe that if you give someone an apology, truly asking for this person's forgiveness, they can then do what they want with that apology. But once I've given it to someone, I have to move on. Certain people will like not really forgive me. I get so stuck on it, but I have to just move on, because if they choose not to forgive me in their heart, then that is what they choose to do. But once I've given an apology, I don't owe them anything else after that. There's nothing I can do for them after that. It's getting dark outside, guys. This next one, I obviously didn't come up with it, but I love it so much that I had to include it. But you're not changing, you're choosing. So good. It is so good. My experience with this is, as I've already talked about, the atmosphere of the school I was at. It was a great school. I just wasn't finding myself super happy there, and I couldn't picture myself there for the next like 3 years of high school. So I decided to leave, and I decided to find something that worked better for me. I plan to go more in depth and kind of talk about my experience with leaving my high school, but we'll save that for a different video. Yeah, I just wasn't happy, and what you're not changing, you're choosing. And honestly, I have not been happier in a really long time. I love that one. I think it works for so many different situations. It can be relevant to friendships, it can be relevant to any situationship, not a situationship, no. Oof. Okay, so this next one's hard, and this one is definitely one I'm learning to do and continuing to learn this year. Learn to love those who hurt you, even if it's from a distance. I have definitely been hurt in the past, and I think that's just part of life, but I have, like most people, carried resentment and frustration in my heart towards those people, even though I've told myself that I'm fine with the situation, and I'm still like bothered at the end of the day. I just know that's not what God calls us to do. I know that He calls us to love our enemy, just to have nothing but love for people, even those who have hurt us. One of the hardest things to do, and it's something I'm very much so working on and will continue to work on for a very long time. Also, to keep in mind that loving people doesn't mean you have to go back to them. I still have love in my heart for them. I still care about them, even if they don't know that we're doing that. That's why it's hard, because it's not an act towards anyone. It's not something people are gonna see us doing, so we don't get any credit for it. It's between us and God, and it's a very emotionally mature thing to do. I forgot to say this one, so if the lighting is like way darker, it's just because it's later. Guys, set the bar higher. Like, please, please, I'm telling myself this too, like not just you, it's not your fault. We've all been there. But if people are telling you that your standards are too high, good. That's a good thing. And that means that they're just high enough. If not, they can be higher. If they're too high, then don't set them any lower. Why wouldn't your standards be high? God is putting those standards in your heart for a reason. Why wouldn't he provide you with someone who can meet them? What? Like, obviously, there is someone out there who meets and checks every single box. Have I met that person? Not yet. I know that I will because I'm trusting God, guys. I'm just like so tired of hearing my friends be like, oh, well, he's just this or he's just that. And no, girl, like, do not lower that bar. Because would they do the same for you? No, they would not. You're not gonna find someone and be like, well, he doesn't meet the standards, but I can fix him, I can change him. No, you can't. Like, don't lie to yourselves. I'm gonna hold your hand while I say this. You can't change him and you can't fix him. You definitely can't make him meet your standards if he doesn't meet them to begin with. So I highly encourage you to wait until that person comes along who meets them to begin with. That has saved me so much time and energy. If I had just gone for any person that like is interested in me or something, that's so much time and energy wasted that I should be pursuing towards Jesus. Hello? Jesus literally died on the cross for you. I'm passionate about this if you couldn't tell. Why would you settle for anything less when Jesus literally died for you? Bombastic. I saw this really funny Instagram meme today. I just want to share. That is like actually really funny. The very last mindset is when in doubt, choose prayer. I think this is a good closer because at the end of the day, all of these things are just things that I want to keep in mind. No matter how many times I repeat these things, I'm not ever gonna find peace in just telling myself these things. The only thing that will give me true peace is praying and asking God for that peace that only he can give me. In times of struggle, in times of pain, in times of hurt, in times of frustration or doubt, or literally anything, the only thing that will get you through and that will help you is God. Prayer is the way to ask for help from God. And it's so easy. You can do it anywhere you want to. You can do it before bed. I personally also love spending time in the Word and doing devotions. I think that's another really impactful thing in the Christian faith. Every time I'm in the Word, I am gaining knowledge about the power God has in my life. I am really bad about this, relying on myself when I need help, like as if I can help myself. I'm the one who needs help. Why would I be able to give myself help? That's not how it works. If you're literally in the ocean drowning, you can't pull yourself out of the water. No matter how good of friends you have, how good of mentors you have, nobody on this earth can provide us with the same peace and stability and restoration that God can give us. And I know I definitely can't. So I don't know what I'm thinking when I think, oh no, I got it, God. Like, it's okay. You don't need to do anything. Like, I got this. I can handle it. Like, that is actually so dumb. Like, what am I thinking? Just choosing prayer is just always the answer. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like. And if you want to see more of my videos, subscribe. Okay, I love you so much. I'm gonna go to bed now, low-key. I'm just tired. Mwah. Bye.